I have always had a love-hate relationship with my skin. And if I'm being honest, it's definitely been more on the hate side than the love side. I remember becoming a teenager, and like most teenagers, I got full-on terrible acne. It was so bad, but it didn't really run in my family, so no one really knew what to do. So I just started trying all of these different systems, and I didn't want to go the medicine route, so like Accutane or something super intense like that. But I tried every kind of skincare under the sun, every like 3-step, 4-step, 5-step system. I was putting so many products on my face and nothing was really helping. Of course, there were big like dietary changes that I needed to do, which was like less sugar. I don't have any dairy, so those really helped a lot. But I was still having breakouts over the years, like well into my 20s. That was until a few years ago when I pretty much transformed my skincare routine. I went from using all these products to only using one. Now I kind of mix a few different ones in there, but for the most part, it's based around this one main product that I use. And so it seems super simple, but it has really like changed my skin and changed the way that it feels. And I still have a lot of scarring around here, but in terms of like how my skin feels and breakouts, I mean, I never have breakouts. I'll have like one zit here or there, but nothing as serious as I had up until a few years ago. So it's been a real big game changer for me. I think a lot of times these days, especially with the internet and with media, we are just pushed into all these different products and we're always trying new things and putting so many things on our skin. And what I'm learning is that we should really like pare back and bring back a lot. And I don't think that it works for everyone, but for me, it's been a massive game changer. So going from using all these different products and having just my bins filled to literally using like 1, 2, 3 products in total. If you saw my video from a few years ago, you can click and watch it up here. I used Cora Organic skincare for the longest time, and I still am such a huge fan of it. I think that it really started me on this thing of looking at my skin holistically and wondering what works best and not trying to put all these chemicals into it, but really focusing on nature-based products. And so I totally still rep them. I think that they're amazing. I actually just ordered a bunch of stuff from them to try it out and see if it works for my skin now. And it definitely helped, but this is what I've kind of switched to when I went down the whole minimalist route. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. So I thought that I would share with you my secret and give you a little glimpse into my minimalist skincare routine. And here we have it, the holy grail, the thing that started me on this whole minimalist skincare transformation. It is the Desert Essence Thoroughly Clean Face Wash Original, and it has pure Australian tea tree oil in it. Tea tree oil has done wonders for my skin. I know a lot of people that use it topically, and that's kind of really too intense for me, but when I started using this, which is like a mellowed down version that's more like a foamy face wash, it completely healed so much of my breakouts and just really helped nourish my skin and give it what it needed. I live in Florida, so of course there's a ton of humidity and my skin is naturally really oily. And so when I was putting on like moisturizer and toner and all of these things, I was realizing that I was just adding more oil to it when it didn't really need that. So when I switched to using Desert Essence, it was truly what my skin needed. So I use this morning and night, and I use it pretty religiously. It's amazing. I did notice that when I first started using it a few years ago, I had that moment where like the skin got worse, and then drastically it got so much better. And so I have now been using this for probably 4 or 5 years, and I'm so happy. It helped me so much. It took about 6 months for my skin to completely heal up, but I literally only used this morning and night. That was it. Washed it, made everything clean, and then patted my skin dry, and yeah, that was it. I feel like I should have some like extra big secret that's gonna be like life transforming, but really a lot of secret stuff is just super minimal and like easy. And that's what this is about, so I love it. Over the years, I've added a few different products kind of sprinkled in to fit my skin routine, and I've noticed that in the winter times especially, my skin gets too dry using only Desert Essence, so I'll add a few different things. So I'm going to go through those really quick. So when I'm wearing makeup, a lot of times Desert Essence will wipe it all off, but sometimes I like to be extra clean, and for that I'll use this Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water along with these reusable bamboo makeup pads. I'm really focusing with trying to go more zero waste with my skincare routine, so I realized that I was going through so many like white makeup remover pads, so I switched to these bamboo ones. I just bought them off of Etsy. I'll link some down below for you guys, but they have been a game changer. You literally just use like one every night, go through it. It's so big that you can like use it on your whole face, and then you set it aside, and when they're all dirty, you throw them into this bag, you stick them in the wash, and they're like perfectly white the next day. It's amazing. And then I'm using this because I've honestly had it for like 3 years, but when it goes away, I would really like to switch to something that doesn't have plastic and that's more zero waste friendly. And then another thing that I was so scared to use when I had a bunch of breakouts, but now have realized that it's actually super beneficial to my skin, is oils. A lot of times when you have oily skin, you think, oh my gosh, I cannot put any oil on my skin. That would make it so much worse. And for the longest time, for me, I thought that was like a no-go, like no oil anywhere near my skin. But then I realized that there are certain oils that are actually super beneficial. And a lot of times we're spending so much time draining our skin that it's actually overproducing oil. So if we add some oils back, it kind of balances our skin out and makes it feel really, really nice and good. Obviously there's tea tree oil in the face wash that I use. And then if I'm feeling extra dry, especially during the summer months, I will add this Herbivore Lapis Balancing Facial Oil. I'll do this at night sometimes, and it's really good for acne prone skin. So it uses oils that are more catered towards that. And I found that it just makes my skin so much softer, so much nicer, and it gets rid of that dryness if I'm feeling any of that. And then just in the last year or so, I have kind of switched up my routine for winter months rather than summer months. Like I said, I live in Florida, but since I've been spending a lot of time in the UK where it's very dry, I've been noticing that the Desert Essence isn't necessarily the best choice for me when my skin is naturally kind of drying more than it is producing oil. So what I've started using is the Primally Pure Cleansing Oil. It is amazing. I actually don't have it with me right now, but I will put a little picture here or something, and I'll link it down below for you guys. But it is a cleansing oil, and I was so terrified of using a cleansing oil because, again, oily skin, that should not mix, but it actually does. And holy moly, it's amazing. I actually made my husband Matt use it the other day. I put it on his skin, and he was like, my skin feels so soft. It's transformed. And I was like, I know, it's amazing. So what I do is take a little dab of it, and then I'll rub it on dry skin, usually with my makeup on. I just rub it all over for a while. And then I get a washcloth and I put it in warm water, and I just let it sit on top of my skin for a bit and kind of wipe it all off. And then I just kind of do that, and I'll do that a few different times. And then after a few times of mixing warm water with the washcloth and kind of scrubbing, that main part of the oil goes away, but you can still feel that it's seeped into your skin, and it really just hydrates it and rejuvenates it. And it's become such a big part of my skincare routine, especially in the winter months. And that's it. That's literally all I use. And those things are not used like concurrently. I always switch them up, and I'll do one at some time, one at another time, and I just kind of go with what works for my skin best. I also realized that I shouldn't be switching too many products at once, so I really only bring in products that I know are going to work for me, and I'll use them for years and years and years. So that is my current minimalist skincare routine, and it works so well for me. I'm really, really happy with it. I would love to know what's been working for you, or maybe what hasn't, if you let me know in the comments down below, and we can have a little skincare discussion. I'm definitely not an expert at all in the skincare world, but I have gone through like so many ups and downs with my skin over the years that I feel really, really good with where it's at right now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more. I'm going to be trying to post more holistic stuff, also mixed with travel, and it's going to be really, really fun. So I have a few really awesome videos prepared for you ahead. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon with a new one. Bye!